I think for this interview, I would like to call you your popular political space, OMTT, if you're comfortable with that, because I'm sure a lot of people, even some of your constituents, will probably not even know.
If we can even get a background on that before we even get into it, like how did we arrive at OMTT?
Quickly, I will say that it has to do with all this political acting that we usually have. It may interest you that in 2003, I just stood for the House of Assembly, which I'm occupying since 2003?
No, 2015.
2015. I said I started in 2003, but I didn't get it. So eventually I got in 2015. So when we went for campaign, we were 4 at that particular period. So others have gone, and when I finally went, being the smallest and the one that they know that he has been with the grassroots for long. So when my supporters came and they said, Tiwa OMTT, the then chairman of the party said, truly, I can attest, I can affirm that you shook the place because we have multitude of people of different ages, the young, the old, and attended the campaign program. So
it wasn't even you that gave yourself the name.
People of Mushin know that it was a Dajibosho of blessed memory that gave me the name. And the name has really stuck since that time.
Yes. All right. So today we're going to be looking at, we know that you're not running for Mushi constituency for 2023, but you're here as we want to talk about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate for the APC, and the race to the presidency, APC's activities and coordination and internal, external, whatever, putting together as APC journeys towards gaining the seat. All right, and we also know that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu started in Lagos, as I think he started as a senator and then moved to being the governor of the state. So there's some sort of antecedents or things that we are already familiar with as regards what he can do or what he has not done or what he cannot do. Okay, but there's one thing that stands out whenever they mention Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he's always saying, you can go to Lagos and see what I did in Lagos, and I turned Lagos around and whatnot. There's this legacy that he believes he has been able to build in Lagos, and that he seems to be riding on as he goes for presidency. But there are people who would also say, what about past governors? We've had so many other governors. He's not the only one. He served his 8 years and he vacated the seat. But then before him we've had the likes of the name has gone off my head now.
You are talking of after him or before
him,
Lateef Jakonde.
And then even after him, we've had Babatunde Raji Fashola, we've had Akinwumi, and currently we have some
energetic and
so how can we put the development So how can we put the development solely on Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Yeah, thanks for the question. You see, I need to let you know that Asiwaju, beside all these beautiful things that he has done for Lagos and Lagosian, has been human resources manager. He has managed a lot of people, and if you talk of the like of the vice president of the nation, which is Professor Osinbajo Yemi, he was his attorney general. If you are talking of Dele Alake, he was the information commissioner. If you are talking of economic commissioners that we have there, both finance as well as economic planning and budget, we have in the like of Wadley Edu, we have Yemi Kadoso, and we have people like from the other part of the country like Akabwese. We talk of Bayo Adewusi. Even
Fashola.
And I'm still coming to the Fashola side. I'm telling you that
he has made people.
He has made a lot of people. Fashola that you talk, he was his first. He was the second chief of staff. We have Lai Muhammad, who is the parents Minister
of Culture
and Information. We have Rahul Varegbeshola, and we have Dr. Louis Vanire, his son, as well as hundreds of people who he has really made. So if the question has to do with why only Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I will tell you without missing word that he has provided the platforms for new Lagos. You see, you need to be futuristic when you are talking of development. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is an economist, he's a guru, he's an accountant, and he has what it takes to be the president of the nation. And that's why he foresee the problem of electricity and introduced Aaron project, but the efforts were thwarted by the then governor, by the then president Olusegun Obasanjo. What causes that is because electricity consumption, distribution, and everything is constitutionally embedded in our federal executive. There's what we call federal executive and non-federal executive. You see, like issue of prison, issue of security of the nation and everything, as well as other exclusive. So he couldn't do much about that one. Then when we talk about the Ibeti project that we are talking, he was the one who laid the foundation. The foundation that BRF that BRF is now enjoying, that BRF enjoyed that particular time, a kind of roadmap of how Lagos State will look like when you have a kind of roadmap that covers, say, like 10 to 15, 25 years, where you have all these economy programs, you put them there. He laid the foundation for that one. And when you talk of economy revival of the state too, remember he met the revenue of the state to be just 500 million naira per month. But through his ingenuity, through his sagacity, through his right thinking, he introduced what we call Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, and he put a right peg in the right hole in person of Babatunde Fowler. Babatunde Fowler, as well as his team, had a separate means of generating revenue for Lagos State, and which really worked. So at the end of the day, when he was leaving, we have close to 20 billion naira that they were collecting. And presently, if you look at Lagos State revenue generation now, in fact, it's in trillion. It's commendable. So he has made the foundation that Fashola built upon, that Akinwumi Ambode built upon, and the present governor Sanwo-Olu.
But didn't Bat himself also, is he not working on someone else's foundation? There have been previous governors.
We are talking of ingenuity. You want to tell me that military, that they will provide economic reform, that when we were having just 500 million naira? If you talk of Jakonde, of blessed memory, Baba tried. But I need to let you know that what we had then, what we had in 1979 to 83, you can't compare with the present situation that we have in Lagos. That is the truth. Baba tried. Baba is just like Asiwaju. He doesn't sleep. If you see a nationalist, if you see someone that is a reformer, he will never sleep. While others are sleeping, he will be busy on how to shaping the lives of the people he governs. So they are part. They are the same, because all what Baba did, Asiwaju too did it, and he performed well.
All right, Honorable, I would want to just do a follow-up on the issue of revenue generation, which you've ascribed to the ingenuity of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How, it was a meager 500 million naira, set up the LIRS, put a brilliant Fowler, and then, of course, I think the current revenue generation per month in Lagos is over 30 billion naira. But you know, you'd expect that a state that makes such an amount of money every month shouldn't be the most indebted. Currently, the debt profile of Lagos is over 797 billion naira. So is that not a bit of a contrast where you're generating the most revenue and you're also the most indebted? How do you want to reconcile that?
Yeah, I should let you know that all these debts that we are talking about, there are some inherited debts. It has been on since Jack on the period. And there is no way a state will not be indebted. We run a race of debtness. Look at USA. When we are talking of Nigeria, that we have so what they had over there as debt is, the last time I checked, was 200 trillion. That's USA. The same to UK. You see, we just need to look at the economic viability of the what we are talking about, which is, how are they using the money? Is the debt impactful to people? If you have debt and you are using the debt to service recurrent, which is paying wages, paying for salary, paying for this, then that's not a viable one. But if you are using it to provide infrastructures for your people, gentlemen and lady, I need to let you know that in future time you will have what we call economic buoyancy, because that money will provide for the takeoff of good things. I need to let you know, look at Sukuk that federal government is backing up on. The Sukuk program is just very simple. It's tax free. It's what do you call it? It doesn't have any interest free rate. Instead of going to IMF, instead of going to World Bank, you go to Sukuk. And even non-Muslim states in Nigeria,
they have access to it.
They have access to it, free. So what are we saying? If you have access to the money and they are talking that, look, if you have a good project like infrastructure you want to provide for your people, if you want to take what do I tell you? Loan, and the loan is for a meaningful project. I need to let you know, the China of a thing that you see we are building, the railway project, is through loan. But see what railway project, reintroduction of railway project, see what it has turned Nigeria to. People can move from one place to another, especially if you are going to under 2 hours, you are there. If you are going to Ibadan, you are there. But for the insecurity in the other parts of the country, I know we will get over all these things. And when the insecurity is removed, you continue to enjoy.
So anyway, are you saying that with an IGR of over 30 billion monthly, yeah. And again, because if you look at the data, yes, you may say some of these debts are carryover, but a lot of them were debts that we incurred in Lagos State from 1999 till date. The records are there. Are you saying that infrastructure-wise, we have enough on ground? We've done enough to justify how we've managed the resources from Lagos from 1999 till date, looking at over 30 billion monthly and a debt profile of 797 billion. Do you think we have enough to show for all these monies?
It's justifiable. You just need time to allow this economy to grow. Remember, Lagos State is the fastest growing economy. I need to let you know that beside all these major things we talk about, job creation, that we believe in white collar job and all these things, Lagos State government has just signed an agreement with an American film company that they will be training our people. That's ingenuity on the part of Lagos State government. We are talking of systematic re-engineering of our teams. They are bringing digital economy into the country. When Ashwaji say he will replicate what he has done in Lagos State, by the sovereign grace of God, he will do it at Abuja, and he's going with a good team. He's going with a good team. All the things that you see that he had in Lagos State and more, they are joining him as well as Nigeria. You know, Lagos is a miniature of Nigeria.
Yes. I wanted to say something, but I think I wanted to say something as the guys.
But I need to let you know that Ben Akabuesi is an Igbo man. I need to let you know that the present special advisor on drainage, Joe Ibokwe, is an Igbo man. I need to let you know that Ahmed Abdullahi is an Hausa man, and they find themselves in Lagos State. I need to let you know that some of the names that I mentioned, they are not Lagosian. If you remove Yemi Cardoso, you remove Ms. Banired, late Mr. Kemilensi, as well as few others. The majority of them are
no Lagosians.
I mean, before Commissioner for Works in Lagos, he was one-time governor of Osun State and a serving minister. So now, Honorable, since you've talked about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the national level, the project in front of APC members is, the presidency right now. But just a few days ago, the presidential campaign committee of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu released a blueprint that was titled Renewed Hope. Now, how much of this renewed hope do you think Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu can offer Nigerians in the face of where we are right now? Economically, we're in a bad place. As of today, the dollar is 767 naira to a naira. As of today, you practically cannot travel from one part of the country to the other. As of today, I mean, just a few weeks ago, we ended a 9-month-old ASU strike. How much of a renewed hope do you think your principal, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can offer to Nigerians at this critical moment?
Yes, just as I told you, we have what we call a Ingeti project, which he launched when he was the governor of Lagos State. And that's why you are seeing all this infrastructure that we have in Lagos State. That's why no succeeding governor will come to Lagos State and change from the status quo, what he had put in place, the economic reforms that you are talking about. That's why we are moving in Lagos, because we are moving because there has been a signpost, there has been a roadmap, there has been a way that when you follow it, just like Israelites, you never regret following it, because it has been written there that if you do this, economically, Lagos will survive. So we'll talk about that one. And you asked me about our program. You see, just as I said, it's a roadmap towards economic development of our nation. Number one, first of all, talk about building Nigeria, especially for our youth and our women. You see, we need to realize that youth form the fulcrum of the population. So we need to give them job, we need to engage them. They say there is idle hand is devil workshop. By the time we provide them for employment, meaningful one, gainful one for youth, you see that you will not engage in 419 activities, you will not engage in kidnapping activities, and youth and a youth leader will never involve in forging signature of his national chairman, has been done with some party, just to obtain money under false pretense. So what we are seeing is that there is program for youth. We talk about Nigeria to be a nation of creations, not just consumers. You all agree with me that there have been more emphasis on exporting, but less emphasis on importing. When we talk of things, I need to put it to standard that all that we put on, if they are not made in China, they are made in UK. No.
I wanted to say flat, but then
you can't say flat. You can say flat.
Buy local.
So what I'm saying here is that if there's a high patronage of our local goods and materials, there will be increase in productivity. Our people will be employed. We'll have people who will be gainfully employed. We'll have more income to our purses, and we will have things being done in Nigeria by Nigerians, and the productivity, the GDP will rise. Crying out loud, we all enjoy. You have enjoyed before. We need to go to the past. And thirdly, about the project, because it's a 10-point program. The third one has to do with this. It has to do with the export more and import less, which will strengthen the naira and our way of life. Number 4 has to do with continue assisting our ever toiling farmers. You see, before now, farmers have been doing this subsistence farming. We need to go technical. We need to give them loan. We need to provide mechanism, mechanized farming has to be given so that people will really enjoy that they are farmers. We have farmers in America who produce large tons of rice that feed a whole state. A former president of America used to be a farmer, Jimmy Carter, you don't know. So what are we seeing? Here in Nigeria, that's why some policy of Obasanjo needs to be emulated. We need to be self-reliant. If not for the economy doldrum, his farms would never have folded down. But see what Atiku and Obasanjo, see what they did that caused all this problem that we are having.
Okay. Sorry to cut you.
Let me paraphrase.
Okay, please go ahead.
So, number 5, we want to modernize and expand.
The renewed hope manifesto, is that what you want to summarize for us?
That's where the summarize.
You don't want me to go.
I just wanted to
be sure that
that's what you were doing.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So number 6, you see, there's much emphasis on our young people too. We want to encourage them to promote digital economy, entertainment, and culture. The only thing now is all this white collar job that we are talking. You talk of entertainment. What is ruling the world now? See our music stars. See our movie world. See how they are ruling the whole world now. Under 2 minutes, if you put on this on DSTV, many people that will be listening to you. I was at Alota. I was listening to Mainland 98.3. So what you are doing here is being noticed, being monitored by people. So whoever you bring here as an artist, as this thing, you are promoting them. And before you know it, the thing will echo is to go places. So we want to support that kind of thing, that kind of program. There's much emphasis on youth as well as script writing and this thing in our university nowadays. Just yesterday, last week graduated over 1,000 students, and they not go for philosophy. If they not go for Yoruba, they not go for this thing. But what?
Creative and script writing.
Script writing, film acting, film making, film development. Because that one alone can generate millions of naira for Nigerians. This is the kind of thing that Ashwadi wants to do. So, quickly, generate, transmit, distribute sufficient, affordable electricity. We want to do that one. And by spiritual grace of God, He will do it for us. He wanted to do it with Aaron, but unfortunately, the effort was thwarted. When we talk of healthcare, education, the basic healthcare, how this thing will be provided, will provide infrastructure. That's why I say there's no way you can divorce what he did in Lagos State for what he will do at the federal level. He knows Nigeria's problem because Lagos is a miniature Nigeria. So by saying when he reaches there, he's going to do better. And lastly, establish a bold, assertive policy that will create a strong national security. You agree with me that the problem bedefiling the development of our nation is this issue of insecurity, where we have kidnapping, we have gangsterism, we have all these Boko Haram and all these things. But
committee can actually drive this point home the way you did. I mean, that's good. Yes, after the APC primaries has been the choice of his running mates. A lot of names came up, but at the end of the day, I settled for. It seems that conversation had not gone away because at every single point, just at this point, Honorable Ali, I mean, you've been everybody's opinion should match of the Muslim.
Either you take it or you leave it. Actually, Bola Ahmed Tinubu that you are French. Actually, that you are talking about the woman that shares bedroom with him today is a pastor in Redeemed Church, and they have been together. He even follow his wife to where he was ordained as a pastor, and he was named Abraham. Pastor Adebe had prophesied that he's the father of the nation. If you don't know the meaning of Abraham, and definitely, and it will come to pass, he will become the father of the nation. So what am I saying in essence? You see, we should not put sentiment or religious bigotry into what we are saying. The fact before us is, you see, the truth is that let's take the remaining 16. In some you have 92. So what are we saying? He needs our vote. He knows as Southwesterners that we don't discriminate, because in your family you have Christian, you have Muslim, you have traditionalists. We will not care. But you need to study your political milieu. You need to study your political environment and see what do they need. What do you think you can use to catch your vote? And catching the vote means that you have to make some sacrifices. The sacrifice that he made was his decision to choose Shetima Kasimba. You see, the Christian in Southwest, for instance, Reverend Adebite, the current chairman, what did he say 2-3 days ago? He said, God will not forgive them, they did not vote for Ashwa.
Because he gave them a plot of land.
Beside plot of land, do you know the senior special assistant to the governor on religious affairs said today, I read it online, that it will be a sin if Christians do not vote for him because he has been Christian friends. His wife has been accommodating. To be some Muslim, you say, why should Christians come to pray for me? But he realizes the importance of religion.
Before we continue, you can watch us live. This session is actually live. This program is live.
All right, I was going to actually
was appointed. God, that will not be looked at.
All right,
this thing that we call the 3 C's of a good leader. If you talk of capability, he's very capable, he's very caring, and he has that competency, and he's very competent. The integrity is there. There's one thing in a human being. One thing is for you to be the head of a place, or to that just for you to say, I'm Afobaje, if you know what I mean.
Kingmaker.
Now he wants to be the king.
Now, when you are the king, at least you can tell people freely that, look, this is my government and this is how I want it to be run. And people will follow you because they know you have that power, you have that ability to do it. And he's a Democrat. He knows and he believes in justice. He knows the best way to reach the people is through those that are elected. And whoever who leads the way, the judiciary is there to punish whoever.
Yeah, but if you just mentioned something now, the fact that he's a kingmaker, he has made a bunch of prominent political office holders and whatnot. And you said something that in Lagos they're following a certain blueprint, a certain master plan, which has helped in the development of the state so far.
No.
So now what you're saying is that from Babatunde Raji Fashola to Akinwumi Ambode, all these people were should we say installed or selected or anointed to be the governor of Lagos State?
Okay.
And if at all that's the case, and he was able to succeed to ensure that what he wants to work in Lagos is still working, why wasn't that made manifest at the federal level in terms of him being a national leader of the APC and also one of the people who enabled the president to become the current president as he is right now?
Okay. No, I've told you that he was not the captain of the ship. As the kingmaker, It's for you to be a kingmaker and say, look, Kabiyesi, this is what I want you to do, and for Kabiyesi to say, look, I appoint you as my special advisor, doesn't mean you can advise me. So you get what I'm trying to put across. He's someone that when he comes in, you will see the ingenuity in him. You will see the information that he will bring. You will see the kind of good things that will happen to Nigerians. The aura surrounding Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that is charismatic, it's very energetic. A good leader, I've told you earlier, doesn't sleep.
So the excuse now, I'm going to use that word and I'm being careful. The excuse now is the fact that he was not the one directly, giving hope.
Okay, let me quickly put this. I still want to stick to the thought of being kingmaker now. One of the bigger problems that many people have against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the fact that there are reports, proven or not, that anyone that becomes anything in Lagos had to come from the table of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That if you don't play by that rule, if you don't fit into that circle, you will not get something in Lagos. Now, and then if you also look at it, you talked about the fact that the immediate past governor after him, that's the current serving minister, was his chief of staff. Akinwumi Ambode also was within the corridor of accountant. Even the current governor, Sanwo-Olu, also was within the setup as well. Do you think the fact that there's a blueprint, according to what you said, do you think Lagos would have been better if there was an open system and there are more ideas, there are more, knowledge coming in from different perspectives rather than being enclosed to a blueprint given by one man?
Let me also add to it, sir, before you take that question. And that's also where the fears of people, some set of people that look, he has some dictatorial tendencies.
According to what the publisher of Ovation magazine
recently said,
he said that yesterday that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has tendencies to be dictatorial. Talk to us about that.
That too, sorry. So that we
don't allow me to take one.
We just focus on the dictatorial one, so that
the fact that Lagos would have been better if he was not really just a linear kind of arrangement.
Because it's almost like a monarchy, like the king, and then he has children. And
in fact, somebody said we should ask you, Honorable, did you have to go to body law before you became an assembly member?
Very good. Yeah, that's where I wanted to start from.
Okay.
If I tell you that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed, it may interest you that I serve as a special assistant on transportation. I was recommended by Dr. Maurice Banyere. He doesn't know me from Adam before he made me that. It was later he got to know about me. So that's to tell you that if I can be bold and be telling you that he doesn't need to know you before you become anything in his cabinet, definitely. I've tasted it and I know what I'm saying. So beside that one, I need to let you know that the blueprint that you are talking about, do you know what a blueprint is? This is when you bring many eggheads, people that have professional acumen, that have this knowledge of how to govern state. They will come together, and at the end of the day, there will be what we call a codified, a well-established thoughts, which will become a policy
document.
And that is strictly guided. It's not to say that he will sit in this 4-bedroom or wherever he is and say, look, this is what I want you to do. No, he has never been doing that. I need to let you know that his economy, Ben Akabese said something about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Just to tell you that those who say it's a dictatorial in this state, they are telling lies. He said there was a particular mistake that they wanted to do, that he was about doing when he was the governor, that has to do with this economy. Somebody said, look, Oga, the limit you can grant people is so amount. So don't go beyond your limitation. And he took to it. He said, look, Ben, you are right. But before he went in, he said people are mocking that, no, this is how we do our things. You can't come, you can't come and change things. But I'm telling you that he has listening ears. He has people in mind. All these dictator something, no, actually, it takes to that, and it takes to superior argument. If you are talking and you will never see, because you are a young chap and you are talking, but if you are able to convince him, he will give you the support. That's a strategy for you. When we talk about BRF, Akinwumi, Ambode, and we talk about
installation of Lagos State governors.
No, I need to let you know that
they are not installed.
They are not. We conducted what we call primary election. Is it not someone that will bring you out and say, look, I want people to vote for me? That's the truth. We got this issue of leadership we are talking. It happens in local something. Politics is local. In our motion there, if our leader say, look, this is the person I want you to follow, and people see this thing with him, they will vote the person. They will vote him.
Okay.
And so that's what is happening. It's not that he's putting his dictator there. Ability to discover good administrators. You should give it to him.
Okay, so we're going to open up the phone line now, and we have on Ballot 23 this evening the state member of the House of States, Mushi constituency 2, Alhaji Olaiwola Olawale, and what we're discussing today is the presidential flag bearer for APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his race to presidency. We've had quite a robust, conversation so far, but you can be a part of the show.
Yes. Well, don't forget that in case you want to see what the guest looks like, or you want to understand what is going on in the studio, you need to log on to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Mainland 98.3 FM, and check us out on YouTube as well. We're live and we're streaming this program as it is now. Of course, the phone lines are open. You can join the conversation. 0913-600-0410. 0913-600-0410. That is the line you can call. I know there's going to be a lot of people wanting to join the conversation, so please just go straight to the point. Be civil with your conversation, and of course, in case your calls are not coming in, drop a message. 0913-600-0410.
All right, so let's get your thoughts and contribution.
Questions too.
Yes. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Okangelina.
All right.
And I greet you very well.
We're greeting you.
I greet all of you and your guest. Please, what I feel about your guest is that he has been dodgy. When you ask him about what we have presently right now, look at the economy. And Asiwaju is responsible for this government that came in. He cannot run away from what we have here. The dollar is 750. Then everything is, we are suffering. The bag of rice is 40,000 or 45. Then the question I want to ask him is that he said Asiwaju is he has done a lot of infrastructure in Lagos and he's going to replicate that, including health. Now, why is it that anytime Asiwaju is sick, he will go to London for why is it that he doesn't have a hospital for himself to be treated right here in Lagos? We should answer that question directly, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kamina. We'll take one more call. We'll answer it, 2 calls at a time. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening to you today. My name is Elaise. I'm calling from Agbado.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, Ekaite from Agbado.
Yes, I want to ask your guest this because he's getting some question and he's talking.
Just go with your question.
My question is that about this Agboro in this Lagos. He said that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is not one that is. Please, I want to ask him because all these things that is happening in this Lagos, this Agboro, that what is happening in Lagos, I have not heard him coming out to deny any allegation against him.
Okay, so you want to know about the Agbero issue. Okay.
I want to know what their intention, what they are going to do about this Agbero in Lagos. It's too much.
All right.
So,
thank you.
Okay, that's a brilliant question. Yeah. All right.
Yes, thank you. All right.
The first caller talk about about Ashwaju health issue, if I got him right.
No. He said that if truly he had really worked on infrastructure and whatnot and achieved a lot in Lagos, why can't he come to Lagos for his health solutions? Why does he have to travel out of the country every time he wants to have a checkup or whatnot?
You see, you as an individual, you have a right to choose where you take your health program. You have a fundamental right to go wherever you want to go, just to take care of yourself. And don't let people deceive you. There are some of us, and as well as Ashwaju, that we usually patronize our local hospital here. If you don't know, it's on referral at times. They will say, you have to go to this place. So it happens everywhere. So it is advised that you should go for a major important health issue. That's only by if he goes. But I've told you that when he comes in, he will provide the necessary infrastructure that will make us to stay in Nigeria.
Is that a promise?
It's a promise because look at Loot. Last week.
Okay.
We don't have last week before. But what we have now is last week. And it may trust you that Lagos State House of Assembly, we have coming with a good bill that I'm sure governor will assign to. Now we are going to have a health facility of last week status in all our senatorials, 4 senatorial
constituencies.
3 senatorial that we have. So what I'm saying in essence is that if he's gradual, when he becomes the president, he's the one who introduced last week. By the grace of God, Lagos State will introduce another standard referral Lagos State University Teaching Hospital in 3 senatorial districts that we have. This will be replicated in all the countries. Right. So there's nothing bad if he travels. And if he travels, he knows the reason why he travels for himself. Because nobody will tell you that you should go to someone that you know is not capable. But not that our Nigerian doctors as well as medical people are not trying. But the issue is, after trying, at times they do refer also abroad.
So let's talk about the second one.
The second one has to do with
Agbero counts.
I've never mentioned issue of Agbero.
Exactly.
I have never, but I will address it straight away.
Since you were once an essay on transportation, so you are in the right standing to talk about it. Yeah.
The issue of Agbero came about more pronounced during MPN-UPN issue, and it has evolved.
Yeah, bio success.
We talk about success. We talk of people in Amushi, Omokupa. You talk of other people like that. So what we are saying is that they are Nigerian Labour Congress members. Any attempt to disturb them from doing their job, though not outside, but inside the garage, will be tantamount to denying them their rights. So what happened to Agbero is that there should be a modern way of generating revenue to the government as well to those people. We need to employ people. We need to realize that they are human beings like us. A time will come when these people that we call Agbero will even become a local government chairman. That's the time we are waiting for. The time when they are graduates. And I need to let you know too, we have graduates. Amongst them, I need to let you know too, that in Lagos State House of Assembly that we have someone who was former secretary of National Union of Road Transport Workers. My God. So what we are saying is that it's gradual. these people that we cut out nowadays will be refined so that there will be e-ticketing.
Well, Honorable, you just mentioned that yes, they are members of the Labour Congress.
Yeah.
And that they are a union that should operate within the garages.
Yes.
Why a lot of Lagosians are worried, and I'm sure you also know this, is that they've now gone, their operations have gone beyond the garages. At every bus stop, you see them molest drivers, molest motorists, molest ordinary Lagosians. So that's the worry. If they are operating within their garages, they are well organized. And then
the report of extortion.
Look, there's also the issue of clashes, fighting to take over garages, you know. And people are saying that, look, if you say Lagos is a mega city, you don't want to see that in a mega city.
We will come to that. First, I want you to know that evolving society will have this kind of problem that we are having now. If you've been to UK, if you've been to you see the way they collect our money. Do you need any Agbero to assist you to get all this?
So are you saying I'm going to move away from the era?
Wait. So that's why it's gradual. Then secondly, we need to blame our local government chairman too. All these design park that we have, large one that can take motor, that motor can park, take their passengers and move. They have returned to shops. So that's why you see them outside.
So are you saying we're going to get to an era where we are not going to see them in our bus stops but in the garages, operating only in the garages?
There will come a time when they will do that. I will assure you.
Is that part of the promise from the APC?
By the social grace of God, that's what will happen. That's what will happen. It's evolving. It's very gradual. Before we know, there are many innovations that we have really come during this our succeeding governments.
I was thinking, you know, since he has a lot of influence in the state, that, you know, it's something that could have been done before he gets to.
Why does it have to take so long?
Exactly,
to do that?
before he gets to the presidency.
Look, when you talk of sanitization of NURT, the leadership will tell you that actually has done. Yes, I'm talking of the local one.
State,
Actually has done a lot. I can talk from when Alhaji Ballot was the chairman. I can talk of when we had Saula as chairman. I can talk of when Olohuwa was the chairman. And Agbede that just left, and we have MC. You see, before they fight for themselves before they come in. A time will come when real democracy will be put in place, and you have a reformed, a good, a society compliant Agbero. That you will not even call them Agbero. You call them corporate what?
Back manager.
It's why we took that out of
It's alright. Okay, so we'll take one call because I just got the notification that the headline news will be read very soon. Alright, so let's just take one call and then we'll take a break. 09136000410. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is Peter from Ebola.
Yes, good evening, Peter.
Good evening. I don't know. Although I agree with your guest here. Why is it that when they come here like this, they begin to talk as in maybe all these things they don't used to experience it on the street of Lagos. So why not to get this down first before you come to that place? You have to come here first before you begin to do that.
You know that Honorable Olaiwola is a current member of the State House of Assembly. He's not just he's not even contesting at all. So and this is State House, so I think that's grassroots enough. All right. Okay. So
now he's still in power. He should do something about this thing.
Thank you, Peter. All right. It's all right, but before we take that, we'll just take a very brief, just a minute, and we'll take the headline and then we will be back. I've been seeing the messages, so maybe when we come back, I will take some messages as well. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. It's Ballot 23.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. This is the headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. I am Lillian Aberika. INEC urges security agencies to partner media CSOs ahead of 2023 elections. Last Mile warns motorists against causing traffic over fuel. Ovid tells federal government to declare state of emergency on all flood-affected areas. Court orders federal government to return Kanu to Kenya. On foreign scene, Burkina Faso recruits 50,000 civilians to help battle jihadists. 28 dead in Bangladesh cyclone, millions without power. Britain's new Prime Minister eyes delay to crunch budget plan. In sports, Colombia beats Flamingos on penalties to qualify for Under-17 World Cup final. That is the headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
The airwaves in your market become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here
on Mainland 98. The sound of Lagos. Lagos.
On YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. On Twitter at Mainland FM. We are follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. On Twitter at Mainland FM. We are the sound of Lagos.
All right, welcome back. It is still Ballot 23 on Mainland 98.3 FM, and we are talking general elections 2023. Today, the conversation is as regards Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's race to presidency. And don't forget that we are live on our YouTube channel and Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. Currently, we are taking phone calls and messages. Fuhad Sahid is on seat. Okwayemi Akinyode is on seat. My name is Omobola Sandra, and our guest today is the State House
of Assembly member.
I don't know why that just keeps
No, because probably you expect him to move up to Senate next.
Alhaji Olaiwola Olawale of Mushi constituency 2. That's what we have, and it's been quite an interesting conversation so far. But 091-36000410. That's the number to call, and let's get your questions.
It's very good to see to my Senate family in the studio.
Good evening, Prince Wise.
May God bless all of you for being that honorable to the studio. Honorable, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm very okay. My name is Prince Wise, calling from Abu of the constituency.
Thank you, sir.
Now, please, sir, you know someone easy from Lagos is to move prepare a bill for reformation of agro in Lagos. Or they call them park managers. They need total reformation. What am I saying this? Every bus stop now, they do very small stick. You face it, one hand to collect money, the other hand to flog if you fail to give the money. And people are passing by, especially out from Abu Dhabi, a gateway to other country. If they first visit offices to Lagos and see the way people behave, they won't touch it in a good life. That's a duty I want you to do as a member of Lagos State Assembly member. I know they can't be banned because we can't Lagos issue now. We don't want them to be totally banned because you ban them, they'll be nice, you will pay the price. So we don't want that one to happen. That's why I say the new totally everywhere. And finally,
okay, sir.
About Asiwaju, you said what you said about him. We that are in Lagos when he was a governor, we believe in him. He's a man, work and do.
Bless you, sir.
That's a road matter. If you don't allow that thing to happen, you can't be talking of new life in Lagos. Oh, I know he will perform. I pray God Almighty let him be. But if you do not no problem for us, you know because no wahala. Anyone that they mad to God really. Thank you, Nigeria.
Thank you, Prince White.
Thank you very much. It's all right. Hello, good evening. Please turn off your radio, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank God you pick my call. I don't press tired. God will bless you.
You sound that is holding my seats today. So
I'm Joshua. I'm calling you from my area.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
I don't have much to say. What I want to say is that Nigerians should wake up and do the right thing. That's just it. If we want to enter 45,000-50,000, yes, people can use our PVC. That's just what I want to say.
Thank you, Joshua. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Hello, Sandra. Good evening. How are you people?
Fine.
Please, I want to comment.
Your name, sir. Your name.
Somebody called before. My name is Peter. I'm calling from Ago.
Okay.
My name is Peter. I'm calling from Ago. I want to speak on the issue of somebody called before and asked why is it that whenever Tinubu wants to go for medical checkup, they go abroad. So I want to speak on that matter. Let me tell you something. Tinubu believes that maybe as a good leader that he is going to ensure a good medical care. He's not supposed to be good. It's just like when a father has children. When you want to go for medical checkup, you go abroad. So when you want to treat your children, you not treat your children here in Nigeria. A good leader don't suppose all those leaders in abroad, have you ever seen any of them come to Nigeria for medical checkup? That is one question that all those our leaders will ask themselves. If they will ask themselves this beautiful question, they will now know how to fix the medical sector in Nigeria, because no any leader in Europe or America or Asia or any of all these advanced countries that come to Nigeria for medical checkup. This is one asking himself whether is there any leader from abroad that comes to Nigeria for medical checkup.
Thank you, Mr. Tony. All right, let's take one more and then we'll allow Alhaji Sobro to answer. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. This is your guest. I'm listening your guest in your studio.
Yes, you can hear you.
Yeah, this is IK calling from Lekki State. Please, I just want to advise the APC man in that studio that last week Jandon was attacked at somewhere Badagry. So, one thing I say is that the more you attack your opponent, the more they have the best sympathy vote. So look at what happened in Osun State. There was a time people ready to campaign. They locked up the national team. They already allowed them to campaign at the stadium there. And at the end of the day, PDP won the election. So they try to tolerate other opponents. In Lagos State now, there is only flag campaign that we are seeing. We are not seeing any other sisters. And they are just working against themselves. When the opponent tries to campaign, they will start attacking them. If you have anything to offer, bring out our campaign.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let me quickly respond to that. Yesterday, I saw the message from the PRO of Lagos State Police Command, ASP Benjamin Udeng, and he talked about the fact that it was when the PDP people were going for campaign, they informed the commissioner of police.
The Badagry Senator.
Yes, the Badagry Senator that he was referring to. So we can't attribute this as the attackers were APC members. No, so that we don't send the wrong message out. That they got information to the commissioner of police and they gave them where they should cover, like where they were going, but they went somewhere else.
They went beyond
that place, and that one they are investigating the matter so that we don't send out some
wrong
So
information.
there's no record or established fact that.
And I think on political roundtable also, as regards the flag boy, I think it was mentioned
sometimes
that
overzealous party supporters. I don't think any party will send people out to go and
be disrupting. But over to you as regards to
Ashwaju having his medical checkup abroad. I need to put it to him that it's not only Ashwaju that goes for medical checkup. If he say no foreigners to come for medical checkup in Nigeria, they will never tell you that they are in Nigeria. When we talk of spiritual placement, when we talk of spiritual,
oh my goodness,
no, let's be realistic.
Is the medical checkup?
Is it not a medical checkup?
Spiritual medical checkup.
African leaders have been coming to Chokpe Joshua's church.
TB Joshua.
TB Joshua. They have been coming for spiritual cleansing. They have been coming for medical assistance or the other. So what are we saying? If you have the means, you have to sort for how you provide your help. But we are talking of someone when you get the mantle of leadership, there will be a reformation. There's one thing in being a follower or Afobade kingmakers, and there's another thing that when you are too late, the captain, the master of this particular thing that we are talking about, Ashwaju has never become the head of state, and he has provided the signposts that will enable Nigerians to enjoy, irrespective of their religious or political affiliation. So what we are saying is that we should allow him to replicate what we had during his time and what we are enjoying in Lagos State. We should do it. And I need to call our attention to the biblical word, Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, that my people perish in
lack of knowledge.
So you see, you need to ask. You don't. But the issue is that people are too sentimental. They wrap up sentiment. There are some leaders that they visit, even Africa here. They go for Africa insurance. There are some that they go for spiritual.
Do not have the means to go out there. Just as you said, it's also possible for. Don't you think it's also possible for us to have those things that we're going out there to look for?
That's why by the time we have this last suit replicated in 3D senatorial district, they said that we have permanent health center. No, we are talking of Lagos. Okay. It will be replicated in Nigeria too. And before you know it, we'll start to enjoy.
Okay, so we have some messages here. I'll just take one or two. We have good evening, a warm greeting to your guest. We hope Bat can actually implement his actions and it will be beneficial to Nigerians. Okay, he's asking you now, though, I don't know, but he's saying, what bill have you sponsored in the House of Assembly to curb the excesses of Agberos and co?
Have you got anything in that regard?
That's cheaper from Twitter.
Yes. First of all, we talk of bills and we talk of motions and we talk of resolutions. It's on record that we have what we call executive bill, which mostly dominates legislative activities. It's people that I can mention 2-3 people that, but it normally comes from the executive. All we do is to dissect it, and we do that. But when you talk of motion, I will probably tell you that I have over 100 motions that are sponsored, have co-sponsored, and have done. Even for the betterment of my people in my constituency, they are all living witness. There was a time that was police brutality. Akala Ijecha, we talk of it here. We had over 200 of my people were put behind the tarifation of the then House do pass resolution, and for the bill, only few of us will talk about bill. The bill that we are talking, so on and so forth.
Let's take some more calls now. Hello, good evening.
Mr. Lagos, you are welcome, bro.
Sorry. You don't worry.
Anything you call, why can't you? Now the thing is, from your speech today, I suspect a lot of cover up and denial, because I know I've been following you right from the beginning. And in fact, your explanation as regards Agbero, in fact, to me, it's not that good enough, because what happened at Alaba recently, in fact, indicates that the mode of operation of Agbero is completely unlawful. But that is not my focus. I want to speak a bit about dictatorship. Baba said openly, I think he said that even the one behind me here, talking about governor of the state, I know for him, he will never come to power. Now, a lot of all this Babasope, people stepping down, a lot of the people they campaign from APC because of this order, because of this that of dictating to the party. Now, if Baba becomes the next president, how we going to start the honorable? And the next 1,000 years, is it going to be the one telling us who will be the next president in Nigeria? That's my take.
It's okay, Dandola. 1,000 years. All right. All right. Let's yes, please.
You see, the issue of Babasope of the thing that he was talking about. I have told you that Ashwaji is a Democrat. You should know that when he was going for Senate at the RP, when he was still young, you see, people sponsored him. And these people that we are talking, they are elderly people. And he's, up till now, he still protect those people as well as their children. But that's not to say that he's dictatorial. When he's picking people, he has been telling people that they should just go and pick. I need to be truthful with you. I will have returned to the assembly if Ashwaju have really wanted me to return. But he said democracy must prevail. And at the end of the day, I lost. I need to let you know. With 11-4 to 15 to the person we won. And I embraced the guy.
At the primaries?
Yes, at the primary. I embraced him. And people of Muslim know that I've been identified with our party, that party has to move on. That's just to tell you that we are following what Ashwaji is teaching us. It's only those who are distant, who are far away from Ashwaji, that will tell you that Ashwaji is dictatorial. Instead of being a dictator, he believes in common as well as conclusive things that leader says.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so 09136000410. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Sandra.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Lawal Tafi. I'm calling from Swindon.
Okay, Lawal Tafi.
I did our guest. Not this thing for Balaji. Baba, you can see from callers.
Yes.
Apart from preference, nobody agrees. My brother, Baba, Ashwaji should be person that will be begging. Come will be found. He will do the way Alajaka did. There's something yes in Lagos. My brother, let's tell us the truth. Look at what I said. This Agbero, this Mobile Council, they won't want to see that. What will happen? My brother, I don't know. Swear with us. Even the way you want to go, good luck to us. But me, I know so much Allah that big leader. Because it's the one. No Allah. We are out there.
Thank you, Mr. Lawa. All right. Hello, good evening. Yes, correct. 98.3. Good evening. Hello. Okay, I think we lost that one. All right, we also have some messages here. Let's see if we can quickly get this. Someone is sending a message now. This is Kenneth from Lekki, who is saying, Ashwaji told us in 2015 that students will have access to student loan. But nothing like that has happened. So why should we believe him now? And Kenneth is asking that question from Lekki.
Okay, Kenneth, I've told you and I've told our guests that Ashwaji is not the president of the nation, though the promise was made as APC leader, but now that he's taking the mantle of leadership, he wants to captain the ship. By the grace of God, we are going to have a reformation. We are going to have a renewed hope, and we are very sure that he will perform. By the grace of God, he will perform.
He mentioned the infrastructure SIA in Ikeja.
Was before Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu donation for commercial purpose. And when we talk of, we have the one at Igondo, we have like Baba Jack on the ditch that time. Okay.
Right.
And people have been
okay.
Mr. Paul.
Please, sir. I have been privileged to live in Lagos for 38 years. I go to harassing people. I used to run a transport business in Lagos. I had about 8 buses. I have to sell them out because of the way Agbero is smashing windscreen, beating drivers up, I couldn't take it. I sold them options, and that created unemployment. And there are so many people also that have that experience. Why is Jagaban allowing such thing to trade? Because Asa is the one that has been managing Lagos State since 1999. Why is he allowing Agbero to dictate what happens in Lagos State, especially in transport sector?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Over to you, sir.
Yes, I thank you, Mr. Paul from Egbeda, and you have been in Lagos since 38 years, and it's commendable. And I'm happy that I need to add to it that there's no against the fact that you have enjoyed a lot beside all these bad roads and Agbero that you talk. Permit me to say that your children, they must have been enjoying good education program that Lagos State provides, and the healthcare, something that we are talking about, they have been enjoying it as well as others who have been enjoying it. My friend from the other part of the country, I need to let you know that the issue of Agbero is something that is worrisome. It's really what a good governor will never entertain to happen. But I've told you the problem that we usually have. We have a transport bill that we had that really covers all the issue of Agbero, that covers the issue of marine as well as train and all these things, a kind of blueprint. But the issue is, can it work now? Some are working now, but the issue of Agbero has been a recurring issue. And we quite sympathize with you, our people, because we live within you, we live amongst you, and you know what is really happening. The Agbero that we talk about, have prophesied that there are going to be a reformation. They are going to change by the special grace of God. They will change for the better, because a better society, a better governance is coming. And there's no way they will not adapt, because we will educate them. They will be sensitized. They will be told that the reason why they should be reasonable to people. How can you be holding sick and you be beating people? And you want that kind of people in this our mega city. We know what is happening. So just give us time. I assure you that things will go for the better by the special grace of God.
All right, I think we can squeeze in one more phone call as we wrap things up on Ballot 23 for this evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I'm Akusuro John from the Blackland area of Matobu.
Okay. Welcome.
Though I reside in Lagos in Service Park. My children are born here. This state of origin or whatever, how do you address that issue in Nigeria?
Okay. Thank you.
State of origin instead of state of your state of origin instead of state of birth.
Instead of state of
birth.
Yes. And issue of cost of living that APC have brought to us.
It's alright.
No, please, man. I want to chip in this.
Okay.
Okay, I want to talk the issue of APC. You talk about all the candidates. For me, actually is the best. But age and this health issue.
Okay.
Are you sure of his age? Are you sure of his health medical issues?
Thank you.
Okay, so because of time,
we don't have so much time. Yes, just a few minutes.
No, maybe 1 minute.
Mr. John, we appreciate your contribution. The issue of a state of origin as well as birth falls under executive bill.
Okay.
No state will determine whichever place you belong to. These are the problems that we are having. But be that as it may, I assure you that when our principal, when he becomes the president, that he will look into that one.
Okay.
Because the cost of living that you are talking about, I need to let you know that this one is a global issue. If you don't know, Ukraine war has been causing a lot of problems. People may not know, but it's part of the problem we are having. Ukraine and Russia war. When we talk of flooding that we are experiencing in Nigeria, the natural disaster.
Okay, Honorable, I think you should move on to the next one because we don't have so much time.
Well, maybe 30 seconds or so.
Just the issue of Ashwabi.
Health and age.
You see, Ashwabi is healthy. Just go and look at his current form. No, let's think aloud.
When I say current form, if footballer came to my mind, when you say current form,
Papa is agile, and I need to let you. The age that's his true age. It's his true age, and he's sound.
When I get current form,
if you can see from his contribution, you know that this guy is a genius. Among the